Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into the jaw-dropping stories of celebrities whose criminal activities went far beyond what you'd expect. These are the stars who found themselves facing years behind bars for crimes so severe, fans will never forget what they did. From sex crimes and drug trafficking to even murder, the individuals on this list have crossed lines that landed them in serious legal trouble. So if you're ready to uncover what really sent them to jail, hit that subscribe button and let's dive right in. Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly, once a celebrated singer and three-time music award winner, experienced a stunning fall from grace after being indicted in a New York City U.S. District Court. For much of his career, the disgraced R&B star had been haunted by allegations of sexual misconduct, with the first major claim surfacing in 2002. That year, a leaked video allegedly showed Kelly engaging in inappropriate behavior with a minor, leading to his arrest. Despite the damning evidence, he was acquitted in 2008, temporarily escaping the consequences. However, Kelly's reckoning was only postponed. In 2019, the powerful Lifetime docuseries Surviving R. Kelly reignited public outrage as several survivors shared their harrowing testimonies. Shortly after, Kelly was arrested and faced numerous federal and state charges. Now sentenced to 30 years in prison with an additional year added, and fined $100,000, Kelly will remain behind bars until at least December 2045. Michael Jace. Michael Jace, best known for his role in the hit police drama The Shield, shocked the world in 2014 when he murdered his wife, April Jace, in front of their two young children. The tragic event unfolded in their Los Angeles home and ended with Jace being sentenced to 40 years in prison for the crime, as reported by CNN. The motive behind the brutal killing was rooted in jealousy. April had expressed her desire for a divorce, and the 53-year-old actor became convinced that she was seeing another man. On May 19, 2014, when April returned home, Jace shot her multiple times while their sons, aged 8 and 5, helplessly watched. This wasn't the first time Michael Jace had shown violent tendencies. During a 2005 custody case, a friend of his first wife revealed in a sworn statement that Jace had choked, hit, and slammed her against a wall during their marriage. However, his legacy is now forever overshadowed by his shocking and tragic crime. Shannon Richardson. In 2013, Shannon Richardson, an actress most recognized for her role on The Walking Dead, made headlines for all the wrong reasons. According to the Texarkana Gazette, Richardson pleaded guilty to creating and delivering a deadly toxin with the intent to use it as a weapon. Her shocking plot involved sending poisonous letters to then-President Barack Obama and two other high-profile figures. Using her husband's credit card and accounts, Richardson purchased the supplies to craft ricin, a dangerous toxin made from castor beans, right in her family home, where she lived with her husband and 4 children. She laced the letters with venomous messages about gun control and sent them out, aiming to strike fear in her targets. In a desperate attempt to escape justice, Richardson tried to frame her husband for the crime by planting evidence in his car and lunchbox. However, the truth came to light, and Richardson was arrested in 2013. She was sentenced to 18 years in federal prison and ordered to pay $367,000 in restitution. Currently serving her sentence in Fort Worth, Texas, Richardson is expected to be released in 2029, with no possibility of parole. What began as a career in entertainment has now ended in infamy. Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic, the flamboyant and controversial zookeeper, became a global sensation after the release of Netflix's hit series, Tiger King. The show captivated audiences with its dramatic portrayal of Exotic's bitter feud with animal rights activist Carole Baskin. Their rivalry reached such extreme levels that Exotic allegedly hired hitmen to take Baskin's life. Beyond that, Exotic faced serious accusations, including the killing of 5 tigers and the illegal sale of others across state lines, violating federal wildlife protection laws. In 2019, a federal jury found him guilty on 17 counts of animal cruelty and 2 counts of attempted murder for hire. He was sentenced to 22 years in prison, which was later reduced by just 1 year after an appeal. Exotic's rise and fall remains a cautionary tale of power, obsession, and the dark side of the exotic animal trade. Ryan Grathman. Ryan Grathman, once a rising star in the Canadian entertainment world, seemed destined for success. His acting career began in 2007 with the TV movie The Nutcracker and gained momentum with his role in the 2008 sci-fi blockbuster Jumper. However, this promising future came to a devastating halt on March 31, 2020, when Grathman committed an unthinkable crime. In a shocking turn of events, he shot his mother in the head at their home in Canada. After the crime, Grathman recorded a chilling video confession and later revealed plans to assassinate Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Thankfully, authorities intervened before those plans could be carried out. Grathman was sentenced to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after 14 years. The incident left friends, family, and fans in disbelief as the actor expressed remorse for his actions. Yet his shocking crime exposed a hidden darkness that can sometimes lurk behind the facade of fame. Skylar Julius DeLeon, John Julius Jacobson Jr., better known by his stage name Skylar DeLeon, rose to fame as a child actor on the TV series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. However, his life took a dark and turbulent turn, leading to a conviction that shocked the world. In 2004, DeLeon, along with his wife and 3 accomplices, committed a brutal crime that resulted in a death sentence. What began as small-time thefts escalated when they targeted a couple selling their yacht. Under the pretense of a test run in Newport Beach Harbor, DeLeon and his crew attacked the owners, forcing them to sign over ownership of the yacht. The horrifying climax came when they bound the couple and tossed them overboard into the sea. Their bodies were never recovered. Years later, one of the accomplices confessed, leading to the arrest and prosecution of DeLeon and his wife. During his time in prison, DeLeon transitioned, changing both his name and gender, and is now known as Skylar Preciosa DeLeon. Despite being sentenced to death by lethal injection, a moratorium on executions in California means she remains on death row, while her wife serves a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Amy Locane. Amy Locane, an actress who first gained attention with a recurring role as Andrea Winger in the 1980s sitcom Spencer, made an even bigger splash in the 1990 cult classic Crybaby alongside Johnny Depp and Ricki Lake. However, her promising career took a devastating turn in 2010. After attending a wrap party for a theater production she was part of, Locane, under the influence of alcohol, caused 2 separate car accidents. The second crash proved fatal when she collided with Fred Seaman's vehicle, tragically killing his wife, Helene Seaman. Locane was convicted of 2 charges and initially sentenced to 5 years in prison, later reduced to 3. But her legal troubles didn't stop there. Despite being paroled, her sentences were repeatedly reviewed and deemed too lenient. In 2020, Locane was sentenced to 8 more years in prison, continuing her long battle with the justice system. Jared Fogle. Jared Fogle, once the iconic face of Subway for 15 years, became famous for claiming that his dramatic 250-pound weight loss was thanks to a diet centered around Subway sandwiches. For years, he was the poster child for healthy eating and weight loss success. But in 2015, his world came crashing down when the FBI raided his home, uncovering disturbing evidence linking Fogle to the distribution and receipt of obscene images and videos involving minors. The investigation revealed even darker secrets. Fogle admitted to crossing state lines to engage in illegal activities with an underage girl. Facing a potential 50-year prison sentence, he took a plea deal and was sentenced to 15 years and 8 months. Though disgraced, he is eligible for early release in 2029. Suge Knight. As a co-founder of Death Row Records, Suge Knight was a key figure in shaping the West Coast hip-hop movement, bringing legendary artists into the spotlight. But as his power and influence grew, so did his legal troubles. In 2015, while on the set of the NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton, Knight became involved in a heated altercation with 2 men, Terry Carter and Cleabone Sloan. Allegedly, Knight ran over both men with his truck, resulting in Carter's death and leaving Sloan seriously injured. Initially charged with murder and attempted murder, Knight later pleaded no contest to voluntary manslaughter. In 2018, He was sentenced to 28 years in prison and will be eligible for parole in 2034. Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein's Hollywood reign came crashing down in October 2017 when explosive reports from the New York Times and the New Yorker exposed numerous allegations of sexual harassment and assault against the powerful producer. These revelations sparked the global Me Too movement, inspiring countless individuals to share their own stories of misconduct. Over 100 women accused Weinstein of harassment or assault, with some claims stretching back to the 1980s. Weinstein faced multiple criminal charges in both New York and Los Angeles. In 2020, he was sentenced to 23 years in prison for the New York case, followed by an additional 16-year sentence in Los Angeles the following year. He is expected to serve both sentences consecutively, marking the fall of a once dominant force in the film industry.